Nice.
Hello everyone, Reggie Time here. We're back with Owen for the bonus second video of the week with Owen because he's got a bit more time. We've got some more hands to get through. So yeah, we haven't got much time, so let's just get stuck right in. Take it away, sir. You just told me before we start recording you don't remember this one,
Not
so
at all.
it'll be just as exciting for the pair of us.
Okay. Oh, I did it again. Sorry, Reg.
That's fine.
Right.
No, that's just bog stand anyway. That's limp ISO. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's see what happens. Fold, call, fold. Oh, and then ace 4-3. He checks. Presume I make a continuation bet of about 2/3 pot.
Yep. I have no issue with that.
This is a small bet, though, right?
And you decide to go. Why have you gone 20% pot? What's going on here?
I don't know when I did this hand. When I think it's quite an old one.
Well, we know it can't
I
be
am.
this month, so it's not that old.
Oh, this month. Yeah, yeah. I mean, not today. Yeah, yeah. No, you're quite right. If I was playing this now, I would bet 2/3 pot. I
So
have
why?
bet.
So why didn't you then? And yeah, you said you don't remember the hand, but you must remember like the sort of thing that sometimes
I
leads you to do this.
yes, and I remember I at one time. Well, I do this sometimes. I bet small on the flop, and then if the villain calls me and the board still favors me, I bet big on the turn. So I'm presuming would have been my plan. And I'm trying to think of the benefits of me betting 20% pot. I don't think that I was going to say obviously the heart's going to call, but they're going to call 2/3 as well. So really, I'm getting less money off them.
Yeah,
I think this is a mistake. I think I should have
yeah,
bet.
this is too small in my opinion.
Yeah,
I have no problem. If you'd have gone 1/3, I'd been like, yeah, fine. If you'd have gone 3/4, yeah, fine. Not really that bothered. I mean, we should bet smaller when there's potential for a straight on the board already, but the straight's the 5 deuce, so it's not that likely. It's not totally out of the realms of possibility, but we have ISOs a limper to 4x, so it's hyper unlikely. Now, if we'd min raised pre, and this was instead of ace 4-3, it was ace 3 deuce, then I think we wouldn't want a big bet anymore because all of a sudden 4-5 is in their range at full frequency.
yeah,
And like they also have the other two pairs, etc. So this isn't like an amazing board for us versus big blind because he does have some two pairs too. But because like the straight is the 5 deuce and not the 5-4, I think we can get to go a little bit bigger because he just doesn't have as many straights in his range. But he definitely has two pairs and things. So yeah, I think this is too small. But just don't do it again. Don't make this mistake again. But do bear
no,
in mind, like that top pair, top kicker on this board, or top pair good kicker on this board, is not as strong as it would be if this board was say ace 9-3.
no,
Ace queen
no.
would be significantly more robust and stronger on that board than it is on a board where there's already a straight possible. So
Hmm.
just bear that in mind.
Okay.
Okay, he's raised,
Definitely don't
and this is
remember
a
this hand.
problem. This is a problem
Yes.
now because we've made such a fucking ridiculous size on the flop, he might be raising for value, quote unquote, with the worst fucking hand. He might just be bluffing because our size is nonsense. We've already put ourselves in a weird spot.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember this hand. I'm
Uh,
surprised that
we
I
can
yeah.
we can only call here, but it's weird now all
Yeah.
of a sudden because our size is so unusual and unorthodox that who knows how villains interpreting it. It might
Yeah,
be that he doesn't
he's
give a
quite
shit and he's just raising with the
yeah.
set still.
I've
You
only
know,
played 9 hands against him as well.
but we can't
Right.
fold because if we'd bet say 3/4 pot here and he check raises us 4x, then we just throw our hand away and we don't give a shit. But we've bet 20% pot, so we can't just go bet folding. Even though I already
Now,
want to bet fold because we've got a
just
against his value range here, we're not in good shape. But because we bet so small, his value range now includes hands that we're ahead of, so we can't
yeah,
fold.
yeah, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. I call. Thank goodness for that. Right. So, oh God.
Well, that might slow him down a bit, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. If he beats again, though,
I wouldn't
let's
be
see.
very happy if he bets again.
No, I don't think I can call him. Oh, fuck. Right.
Ah,
I
right,
would have checked
okay.
back, so I'm going to call. I
Yeah,
presume. If
exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't call, I'm an idiot. If I don't call, I am an idiot. Oh, for God's sake.
Right, okay. This is going to take quite a bit of unpacking, isn't it? What on earth's going on here, sir? Just right, okay.
This
Yeah.
is horrendous.
I was
Right.
trying to think of. I was trying to rephrase the question, but I can't. What the fuck are you doing, mate? You know, what the fuck are
This
you
is
actually
this
doing
is
here?
clicking buttons. This is.
Yeah, this is nonsense.
This is clicking. Yeah, I shouldn't. I've butchered this hand right from the very beginning, and the only thing I can say, which is I know it's wrong. This is a terrible reason to put in the money in the pot is I just want him to fold, isn't it? Which is just wrong. I should just call that bet, and I don't remember this hand at all, which is quite worrying. I
Um,
presume.
I mean, I don't even. If you'd have raised a reasonable amount, I wouldn't fucking hate it, because he might just have a worse hand here.
That is a mistake. I don't remember doing this.
If you'd actually raised to like
25 or something.
no, that'd be too big. Like
20
just like I
a
don't know,
pot.
like fucking to 12 or 15 or something like that. So you can get called by like I mean we can get called here by ace 10, ace jack, ace 9,
Mm.
ace 8. You could because we bet so small on the flop, he can still have all those hands. And now when he bets one blind on the turn, you know, I just think we probably have a value raise. But I just don't like the size. I think calling would be kind of okay because, you know, on the flop he's repping 2 pair plus, and we're still not ahead of that. But when he bets one blind on the turn, it's
Mm.
obviously he's scared of the deuce. But we don't have a deuce in our range, or we shouldn't have a deuce in our range.
I,
Um,
this
so I
is a
kind of want to
huge
value. I
mistake.
want to value raises still. I just don't want to use your size. I want to make this like I either want to call and just like keep the pot small, or I want to be like right, this guy is because this guy to me now looks, in my opinion, like he's got a worse hand than us. So I want to just raise for
Right,
value
not
because I
in a
think he's
minute.
got an ace. I think this guy's got an ace, and I think he's got a worse kicker. So I don't mind raising. I just think our size is like just dog
Do you
shit.
prefer call though?
No, not versus one blind. I prefer raise to like half pot, like 13, 12, 13 bigs. If you would have checked here, I probably would have bet again because I think when people go check raise check, even though the board's changed a little bit, when people check raise check, it's usually a sign of weakness. So I'm treating this as a check raise check line. So I would want to, if he'd bet bigger, I would probably just have called. With he betting one big, I'm gonna be like, well, no. Had he checked, I would have wanted to bet something like half pot. So that I would just be like, right, what's half pot? So if you just take your bet back a minute,
To get called by a weaker ace, is
so it's
it?
like 30. If before you call, there's 25 in the pot. Yeah, so I'd just make it like 12 bigs or something like that. I'd imagine he checked
Half
and I'd
pot,
just make it
yeah.
like 12 bigs.
Because you want to get called by a worse ace.
I think at this point, when he check raises flop, I think he's desperately trying to protect an ace. You know, quite. He's going to be like, it's
Okay,
going to be
yeah,
like
okay.
sets is going to be 2 pairs, like ace three, ace five, ace four. When he only bets one blind on the turn, and he can't be that scared of a deuce because what the fuck deuces do we really have? Now it looks like to me he's got a hand like ace jack, ace 10 that's like raised the flop and now shitting itself. And I don't want to let that get away for one
Because we
blind here.
called him.
I'm
Okay,
aware
yeah.
that if I make it 12 and he three bets, I'm fucked and I have to probably have to fold my hand. But I think there's value to be had here on a small raise. To like, I think your raise is too small, but I think you're on the right
Yeah.
track with raising versus his like check raise one blind line, which is just bullshit.
Yeah. He calls. Aces up,
Flush
and there's a
gets there,
flush.
but I don't not that bothered about not that scared of the flushes, given the line he's taken. Ooh. Oh, fuck's sake. This line is just fucking weird. What the fuck is this man saying? Jesus Christ.
Has he got? He's saying I've got a flush.
He's saying I've got a flush. But I'm
Um,
saying, do you bet one big blind with a flush draw on the turn? Maybe he's got 6-7 of fucking hearts, but then again, why would he know? Because he wouldn't bet one big blind. Shut up, Red, you fucking idiot. Oh, Jesus.
I
I think I just fold, to be honest. Because now he's saying, it's check raise flop, check turn, now he's betting big river. Is he doing this with like ace 3, ace 4? Seems very, very, very unlikely that he's now decided to take this line with ace 3 or ace 4. Deuce? No. Flush? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just folding.
what flushes? What flushes would he have raised me with? All of them, I suppose, because I'm on the
If
button.
he
He's in
bets
the
so
small blind.
small, who knows? 8-7 of hearts, fucking 9-8 of hearts, 10-8 of hearts, 10-9 of hearts. Who knows what?
What? This is where I think
But it
I'm.
doesn't. The whole one big blind thing on the turn's thrown me out here because I don't think he barrels one blind with the flush draw. But then all of a sudden, he's bet
Wouldn't he
call
call a
one
flush
blind.
draw when I bet so small?
Maybe he just wants a semi bluff with it. You know, maybe he thinks if you're range betting, so you're betting all your kings, queens, jacks, tens, everything else, and he's got 9 high. Why not go for a raise versus small
Yeah,
bet?
if he's got if he's got sort of 9-5 of hearts, and then he picks up a 5 on the and the turn, and then he just does that weird
Yeah, I mean, we ISO'd pre to 4x, so he probably doesn't have 9-5 of hearts. I mean, but he's probably going to have stuff like, I mean,
6-5 of hearts. Then
yeah,
but
6-5 of hearts, 7-8 of hearts, 9-10 of
it's
hearts,
made
8
a
9 of.
low pair.
It's just one big blind thing that's getting on me tits on the turn because I think that's
I,
bullshit. But
I've
then I don't think a flush draw does that. This hand's weird, but
I've buckled in there because I have got no
instinctively, I want
idea
to
what I do.
instinctively I want to fold. So I'm sticking with fold, even though his line is complete nonsense, and our hand has theoretically improved on the river. Fucking hell, this is a weird
What
hand.
would
Just
I
get it.
do if I? I think if it was me, I would call now. But now you have talked me into folding, and all our conversations have made me think I should fold. Right, I call.
I mean, you might still win. 2 pair. Ace, you what, mate?
Ace
Yeah,
9.
that's just weird.
What your read on the flop was right though. You were
Then the
suggesting.
river was fucking horrendously wrong.
Yeah, but it's because the whole turn thing was just bizarre. It's interesting that every single post flop street, then, apart from the river. Well, yeah, the river I said I would call, but if I played it now or this morning, I said I would have bet 2/3 on the flop. And obviously I bet two big blinds, and then on the raise on the turn, I said I would have called, but I actually raised him to a weird size. Um, so there's quite a lot of disconnect there, isn't there?
There is, and it could be because you've added some tables and you're not thinking straight. It could be just because you don't have any like real good strategies in place yet, so you're just kind of flying by the
Yeah,
seat
yeah,
of your pants. More likely, it's going to be the second thing than the first. Um,
yeah.
it's just because you
There's
just
definitely something I struggle with is if I'm playing if I've got two hands going at the same time post flop. It depends. Well, if it depends what's happening in them, I suppose. Sometimes they're quite straightforward, aren't they?
yeah.
But yeah, I do need to work on that. And
This hand's just
I
fucking
accept
weird
that.
though.
Pardon?
This hand's just
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
I don't know
And
what
I
he's doing
made
on
it
the river.
weird.
Is he bluffing? Is he right? I mean, obviously he's turning his hand into a bluff, but his hand's too strong to turn into a bluff. I don't get
And
it.
I think I partly made it weird. I wonder if I'd bet 2/3 on the flop, which is what I thought I should have done, would he have raised me then?
No,
Probably not.
he'd have just called.
Yeah. And then, um,
Well, who knows? The
so,
man's clearly a
yeah,
fucking weirdo. He might have raised, but
yeah.
it's more likely he would just call. Yeah, I think
I think
his value raising the flop. On the turn, he's like, shit, I've raised and I got called, and I've got top pair shitty kicker, so now I don't like it. Then when you only raise small, he calls, and then maybe he sees a heart on the river and just sees an opportunity to bluff.
that's
Maybe that's
exactly
been
what
his
I think
logic.
happened. Yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
think
been
that's
his
what's up.
logic. He's trying to just make
Okay.
you fold a hand like ace king, ace jack here, which maybe you do. Maybe if you don't hit that second pair, maybe you do fold those hands.
Well, based on what we've been saying today, from now, I feel like I should be from now on.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then don't let this hand like dissuade you from making big river folds, because this is the exception that proves the rule. Of course, people have some bluffs when they're betting rivers. I think it's just general consensus that they don't meet anywhere near enough of like the correct number of the correct frequencies for us to want to try and
Mhm.
meet like like minimum defense frequency. If we're like they only if we need to cost 33% to break even on a river, for example, but we think our opponent is only finding 50% of the bluffs, then we only really
Yeah.
need to defend half of that. We only need to defend like maybe 16% of the time. And that's kind of what that should be the takeaway, because they're not. I mean, some players will be over bluffing, and against those, you've got to defend wider. But until you have a solid read that someone's over bluffing, generally just lean yourself to overfolding.
Yeah.
And that in that spot on the river, I don't know, because the whole hand was messed up. It was an interesting hand to review, but I'm not sure I'm any the wiser after it, because like
That was actually
it was a
quite
weird hand.
scary for me, Reg, when I I was like, what am I doing? But I don't know. Right. Shall we see this one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm in the big blind here. The action's on me. I've got 6-4 of spades under the
Fold.
gun.
Just fold. Move along. Next hand, please.
Yeah, that's
This
what I
hand
should
just
have done.
it's really quite bad. Again, it's like suited connectors in the blinds.
Yeah,
But like I watched an upswing on this exact subject last week
yeah,
about playing multi-way pots, and they were all talking mostly about soft live games. These games we play in are exactly the fucking same, and these hands
Mm.
just go down massively in value.
yeah.
Um,
I I think this hand, I'm almost certain was before last week when I spoke to you last week
okay,
because every time I enter the pot now, unless it's obviously limped to me, I'd always say, "Do I want to play rake on this hand?" And I would be saying no to this now.
yeah, it's
But I
just not a
think
good
this is
hand. It's
no,
pretty, I get it. Right, what you should do is like, because I doubt, dare say you haven't watched it, is like the next video you watch, because it was really quite good. You just go to Upswing's channel, and it might be under podcasts or something, but they've got like a leveling up series, and the
yeah,
last one they did last week was playing multi-way pots.
yeah.
So that's a really good
That's
video
the
for the
Dogs
games we
channel,
play in.
isn't it? Yeah,
That's a really good video to watch. I would recommend watching it. And this is one of the hands that they recommend folding pre-flop.
yeah. I would have.
It
I
just
think if
doesn't
this was
perform as
this
well as
week,
you
I would
think.
have folded it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay, but we'll
Um.
carry on with it anyway. But
Yeah,
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 I would just fold this hand pre.
yeah. Okay. What happens?
Oh,
4, 5,
that's
six,
sexy, isn't
7.
it?
I quite like my hand now, and it's on me. Ooh,
No, there's no donking though. I mean, under the gun, sorry, middle position, whatever the fuck it is in these games. Middle position.
just check.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't lead this board. If it was lower, if it was like 7-5 deuce or something like that, where big blind has like quite a big range advantage, by all means, start building some leads into your range. No issue with that. But we
Mhm.
don't. Even though it's a very, very, very good flop for our hand,
Loads of equity. Yeah,
the fact that it's come ace high, I think we just check.
it favors this guy, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if you donked a
Okay.
straight here, so if you'd flopped a straight or you flopped a flush, I'd have no problem with you just saying, "Yep, I'm betting," but it's going to check through a lot. But
Okay.
and it might still check through a lot now,
It
but you have to
checks through
give.
a lot. That's not the end of the world for me, though, is it?
No, it's
Because I
not.
get
No,
to see the turn. Yeah.
we either get to realize our equity, or we get a chance to check raise, or we get a chance to check call.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see what I did. Check. 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 Okay.
Excellent.
2.
I would lead this turn at full frequency after it checks through. It's just such a good board for our range. We've got a load of equity. I'd just be leading. I wouldn't be checking again. I'd be leading, and I'd probably, because there's an ace out there still, and because under the gun, middle position can if he's playing well, can actually check some ace X. I wouldn't be in a rush to make a large bet. But because it's like a pretty good board for our range, and it's actually a good board for our hand, I think we get to just lead here, and I'd probably lead for like 3 bigs, 2.5, 3 bigs. I'd have like me 1/3
Just
pot.
over a third pot.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd be going with third party or something like that.
Okay. I checked.
Not the end of the world, of course.
No. He bets. He calls. I'm getting a.
Here's a problem, and this is what they talked about in the video last week. Like, we call here, we make a flush, and lots of money goes in. We're going to lose, and that's the problem with this hand. If we call now here multi-way, and then the river's a spade, and lots of money goes in, it's unlikely a 6-high flush is going to be the best hand, and that's what they talked about in the video last week, and it's a really good point. I mean,
basically, I want to make a straight.
I'm not making a case for folding, but I think we need to, if we improve, we need to proceed with caution. Just call and then proceed with caution on rivers, even when we improve. Unless, of course, we improve to the straight.
To a straight, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Fucking delightful.
Yeah, I agree. This is on the list for some reason. I call. Okay.
And now
I presume I check fold. Yeah. I presume that's what I do.
Yeah, just fold.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's on the list just because I didn't really know what to do. But as it turned out, apart from folding the flop, post flop wasn't too bad. But I should have folded the flop.
Post flop was fine, but pre flop is in my
just
opinion,
a fold.
Is a fold. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fair enough.
Just because people like results, just click the result, please. Well, just move it along till we see what they both had. Because people like results, and I don't like leaving people struggling. Oh, that was quite the cooler, wasn't it?
That was he.
Imagine that river's the queen of spades. Oh, that'd be beautiful.
This guy here, he raised pre under the gun.
Yep.
He basically flopped bottom set and checked it back. Checked it.
Yeah. Now, if he was any good, I would say yes. He's probably just range checking, but he's not any good because he's 29.50. I mean, he might be, but I personally, if I flop bottom set and I'm multi-way, I'm just hammering large bets in because we don't block calls. I mean, he's got bottom set here. He doesn't block an ace. He doesn't block 7x. He doesn't block straight draws. He doesn't block flush draws. Fucking hell, mate. Build a pot. Whereas if he had top set, maybe think about checking because he's blocking a lot of hands that can call.
Value,
but when he doesn't, when he can get called infinite chunks of money by ace X and flush draws, then
he might have got called by both of us here, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like it. So that's like a little tip for you or anyone watching. If you flop bottom set multi-way, just don't fuck around. Just put big bets in, especially on like textured boards like this. Because even though we talked earlier in the last video about not wanting to build like really big pots where the nuts can change a lot, there's just so much value to be had here from one pair, etc. That's an exception to that rule where you just want to be stuffing money in the pot because you just massively unblock calls from loads and loads of worse hands that are just going to go call a lot. Yeah, if the river, if a spade comes on a turn or a river, you have to pump the brakes then. But so often, you're just going to get loads of value from like ace X, flush draws, etc. You don't want to be like pissing around with sets in multi-way pots. Just start making large bets, and if the board doesn't change, just fucking keep making them.
Yeah, absolutely. I am quite surprised with what money turned up with. There we are.
Yeah, I mean, I've no idea how Bottom doesn't raise River, to be honest. How does he not jam River there?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's not even bet full pot. He's bet less than pot on the River.
Hang on, let's go back.
He's only bet like 80% pot, and he's River the set, and he's like, just call me because you might have
That
aces.
should all go in, shouldn't it?
Fucking
Yeah.
damn right it should. Fucking out.
He's literally got the perfect size behind to jam it. Yeah.
Yeah, he should
That
jam
is
it.
very
And
odd.
Pocket Fives guy beats him in the pot.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
I mean, the fact he hasn't raised that River is just like fucking hell, mate. Turn
It's
your
weird.
computer off, go home. Well, you're already at home, but do something else.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Poker's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
for you. If you're not raising a set of queens on that River, then poker's not for you.
Yeah, yeah. He's basically letting him get there. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Next one, fella, because I know you haven't got much time. So as much as I'd like to sit here and say how shit
That
everybody
was
is.
the. Oh yeah, I did click it. Sorry,
Oh, that's
mate.
it. We're all done, are we? Oh, right, excellent.
We all done. Yeah, yeah.
It's a very short extra time video. Literally like extra time in football, just 26 minutes.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
So
Sorry,
thank you
mate.
for that, fella.
No worries.
Right. No, we'll do it off the camera because I'm not going to get the setting right. There's one more thing I want to look at, but I won't be able to do it on this because it's going to get messy on the screen capture. So thank you very much for that, and I guess same time next Monday.
Same time next Monday, mate. I'll be here.
Don't you go away when I say goodbye because I won't speak to you.
I won't.
For a
Yeah,
second.
I know.
But yeah,
No worries.
Owen and I will be back next Monday with another video unless one of us is dead or poorly. So yeah, take care everyone, and we'll see you then.